Hi everyone, welcome back to Axis. Okay, so we're doing a full game this time, but the idea of this video was just to kind of try and showcase a new strategy I've been working on. It's based off. I'll jump to the game and we'll start. I'll just say before we begin as well, I've tried to record this. Is the third time I'm trying to record this video now. So I've made the moves as Russia, and then on round one, twice the opponents resigned. So I had to scrap that whole thing because we obviously need to get a game going. So I want to showcase this as a full game. So yeah, it's my third try trying to get this. So hopefully the opponent can stick with it and we can have a full game going. Right. So basically, I'm trying out a new allied strategy. I'm playing on ranked a lot right now. I'm looking for new strategies. I said before, I'm sure you know that I find the allied team the harder one to play as. I think Axis is a lot more simple, so I'm always on the lookout for strong new allied strategies. And this one's based off what Matt did to me in our recent co-op game. It was the move from the Americans which got me thinking. So basically, Matt moved his fleet to this sea zone here, 64. Now, if you look where this is placed, and also look at Japan, if you move a fleet here, there is no way to block this fleet from attacking Japan. With one fleet, as it were, because obviously Japan's not going to have two full fleets. So with one fleet, you can't block this move, because either if you put your fleet here, the Americans are going to go around the back here and attack Japan from the back, or if you put them, say, up here, then they're just going to come straight down here and attack in the front. So there is no blocking that. Either you attack the fleet here, which as Japan is probably going to be it depends on the situation, obviously, but I would more often than not say that the Japanese fleet is not going to be as strong as the American fleet, so attacking may not always be the best option. And plus, obviously, you get a lot of bonuses by defending with the fleet, because the fighters and the aircraft carriers have a defensive bonus to attack. So yeah, there's no way to actually defend this. The best option probably is to put one sort of military ship on one side to prevent the bombardments from all the battleships and cruisers that the Americans are going to have, and just stack Japan actually itself with infantry or whatever you want. It's again a risk if you want to leave fighters on the island. You're then leaving your fleet vulnerable if this Americans actually decide to go for the fleet instead. So it's pretty tricky. It's a tough situation. Also, if we look at the IPC initially, we know that America have got more of an economy than Japan has. They've got 12 more IPC to start with, and Japan is also committed to land for the initial few turns because they want to clear Russia out of the north. They definitely want to get into India if they can, or at the very least create a blockade here. So they're not in danger of losing a lot of territory to the British. You'd also want to clear up all these American territories in China. So the Japanese can't focus purely on purely on sea, as the Americans can. The Americans have not got that problem. Because they're isolated themselves, they can focus on whatever they like. They can go east-west, they can do, they can spend all their IPC onto their fleet. So it's easier for them to raise a fleet, whereas the Japanese are slightly more committed to land. So the idea behind this is going to be to throw everything into the west. We're going to pull back these transports if they survive. They probably won't. But if they do, I'm going to move them around here. This cruiser, destroyer, everything. If this fleet here in the Hawaiian Islands survives, we'll move it up and we'll combine. So we'll spend probably 2 or maybe 3, depending on what happens here, turns. Just sort of, building a fleet that's going to threaten a move against Japan. Because once we move into the sea zone, the Japanese have only got 1 turn to then prepare for that. There's no, it's a very quick sort of attack. So that's going to be the game plan, and obviously to support that we're going to be doing slightly different things with Russia and Britain. It's not going to be essential for Britain to have a fleet in this one. I mean, we could if we wanted to. But the main idea here is to sort of keep Germany, or just to slow down Germany as much as we can, because we're hoping we're going to finish off Japan. At the very least, keep them isolated on the Japanese mainland while we work at all their land colonies. If we can beat the fleet near Japan, that would be great. So obviously the Americans are going to have sea control and we can start knocking off these islands. But again, it's going to be up to the Russians and the British just try and maintain and try and hold against Germany while we do this. I think what I might try and do is throw in a lot of fighters to try and support Russia, because we're, you know, again, depending on how well we do in the Atlantic here in this coming battle with the German fleet, we might do some landings in France. If we lose all our fleet, I may just go for pure aerial combat and just try and support with maybe even lots of bombers, just lots of a bomber fleet, you know, or what would you call it, squadron, I guess. In Britain, just constantly smacking Berlin to try and keep their IPC as low as possible, and holding Africa is going to be pretty important. Excuse me. Well, that's the idea anyway. It's going to be an all-out attack on Japan while we sort of try and hold here. I've still not figured out, generally speaking, if the border's even on either side, what's better to go for as America. Is it better to go for Japan or Germany? So this is a new kind of thing I'm testing out based on that carb game. So without further ado, let's jump in. So not a lot will change for the Russian turn. It's going to be pretty similar. Obviously the standard 4-3 opening. Let's get you guys stuck in as well. I will say I've slightly altered this initial attack as well. It was, for a long time, it was the standard 12-9 attack, 12 on West Russia, 9 on Ukraine. I've modified it slightly to go for this. We're doing 13-8. The reason is, as of late, I've had quite a few bad battles in the West Russia territory. And it's cost me a lot more infantry than I like. I think this is probably initially this is the most important thing to hold and hold well. I'd like to have as many troops as I can in West Russia by this first turn. So throwing an extra fighter into the battle is going to help me do that, which is going to up my chances a little bit. Again, this one, it's more about just hit and running. We're going to have one round of attack. If we get lucky, we get lucky. If we don't, we're just going to retreat. So it's not as an important fight, this one. So that's going to that'll be it for our attacks for Russia. Excuse me. So hopefully we get a clean take it. Okay, not bad. Could be better. I find that a decent sort of level here is to be losing 6 IPCs worth of troops on this initial attack. So we've already lost that, we're on 9 now, probably 12. Yeah, that's not good. So that's a bad battle for West Russia. You don't want to be losing that much. That's unfortunate. 6 or below is good. 9's okay. Anything above 9 is not good. So hoping for a bit of a better return from this battle. Okay, no hits there. Good hits there though. Oh, very good. That's better than usual actually. Okay, so hopefully not much return fire. Good. Okay, not bad. I will take that. That's pretty good actually, to be fair. So we killed the infantry, the artillery, and the tank in there. So that's made up for the West Russia battle pretty much. So that's pretty good. Again, I mentioned before, and I think it was my opening guide move for Russia. Opening move guide, sorry. You don't want to trade evenly with Germany. You want to obviously be trading in your favour as much as possible because their economy is stronger. So, yeah, they lost twice as much as us there, which is nice. Alright, so fights back in Caucasus, anti-air in West Russia, sub to that sea zone. Now the slight difference here is we're going to be focusing. Excuse me. The difference is we're going to be focusing more on attacking Japan. So my normal move is to sit up here in Yakut, is it? Yeah. But because we want to be forcing the Japanese to spend more on land, we're going to be pushing down a bit further. So Buryatia, we're going to stack this one here and move these guys also up here. I'd normally pull them back to Archangel to support, you know, close that back door for the German attack, but we're going to move them up here to support now. So this just forces the Japanese to put more troops into dealing with Russians. Yeah, which is good. So I think non-combat, that should yeah. Mobilization, okay. Good. Okay, not bad. Could have been a better West Russia battle, but I'll take it. We did some damage here, which is nice. Okay, so hopefully, I'm very hopeful that this is the actual recording that we're going to get this campaign, or this strategy test going, because yeah, I've not been able to do it properly yet. At least not record it properly, so yeah, hopefully we can keep this one going. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the British side. Okay, we made it to round 1, the British turn, without any resignations. So we're making progress slowly. Okay, alright, let's have a look at the... Alright, so we spent on water. Okay. The transports near America are alive, which is a bonus for us. Yeah, again, yeah, to me, this really looks good to me. Given what we're going to go for, strategy-wise, this is perfect, because we don't need the British fleet anyway. We wanted these, ideally, because it speeds up our attack on Japan. Perfect. Okay, cool. I like this. And also this... I'm not convinced... so he's going to go for a landing in Britain, I guess. Yeah, I'm not concerned. I mean, the thing is, if you're spending on water as Germany, obviously, logically, you're not spending on land, and that's what you need to do really to kill Russia quickly. Yeah, I think definitely my preferred style is going for pure land-based purchases as Germany. I don't really like the water-based ones, but as defending, as a Russian player, like playing as the Allies, I'd much prefer it, I think. Obviously, you're gifting the control of the sea to the Germans, but again, is that really necessary? You don't need that, I suppose. As long as you keep Britain safe, you should be fine. So that's something we have to do this time. But also the fact, as we're going for Japan, we need to. It makes this attack necessary. I'm glad that sometimes if you leave the bomber alive in the Ukraine, they'll go for a sort of a landing in Egypt with the bomber support and a few bits here and try and take Egypt early. He's not done that though, which is good. So that means I've got this fighter still free to attack down here in the East Indies. So that's yeah, it worked out pretty well. So obviously straight away we're going to have to reinforce Britain because we've got 3 transports here waiting to go. So it's going to be 3 infantry for India, and then 1, 2, 3. That should secure it, I'm hoping. Again, it's a little bit scary seeing 3 transports from Germany. I don't often defend against this, so yeah, we have to make sure we are safe at least, because we can only put 8 in there each time. So if we get 1 down, it's going to be a problem. Actually, you know what? Straight away, I think I'm going to have to do better than that. Actually, I'm just thinking, what can he attack with? He can attack with 4, 1, 2, 3, yeah, obviously 4 fighters here, 6 fighters plus a bomber. That's obviously double of what I've got here, and then he's going to have 6 units jumping in. So, yeah, immediate. That's quite an interesting move, actually. I think what we might have to go for here, we're going to have to go for an extra anti-air. Let's just clear all this out quickly. Anti-air possibly might be a better choice, given the fact that we're going to get attacked by probably 7 planes. So that makes sense to have 2. And then we're going to have to probably... I guess that would make sense. I'm just trying to make sure Britain is as safe as it can be, so I think we'll put all this in Britain now. So I have 5 infantry, 1 anti-air, and then an extra plane as well. Let's do that. Hopefully we won't lose Britain. Round 2, that'd be kind of annoying. Right, so combat move, we're going to have to do the old naval attack down here. Let's throw all the lads in. 2 fighters, aircraft cruiser. I'm always a bit dubious about this attack because it can go either way. It's very evenly balanced and it could really go against you, but given the strategy we're going for, it's the best choice. What I find interesting, actually, I think he lost the battleship to my destroyer. Because there's always a battleship here. That's crazy, actually. We got very fortunate there. So we've got a free destroyer in the area now, which we can't really utilise it much, but interesting. Okay. What I'll probably do, I'll probably send this destroyer back towards the Pacific, so we can start harass. If we win this, hopefully we win this. If we win this, we're gonna have an extra destroyer to sort of harass the Japanese a little bit. Okay. Is that about it? I'm not going to bomb. Or do I? Oh crap! He's actually got an extra one here. Let's kill that then. Definitely, we have to kill that. use a fire for that. I could bomb the Berlin industrial complex because, yeah. Obviously, if we lose the bomber, we're just taking away one defender from Britain. I'm gonna risk it. Let's do that. Okay, that looks good. Everyone's attacking, I think. Could even go for attack here, you know. I think I will actually. Let's do it. Because we've got the advantage just. It's a very close, obviously, battle, but we have got the advantage there. So it's just luck of the draw there. Let's do it. So hopefully we can get the dice. Let's see. Cool. Down goes the bomber. Okay, hopefully that's the last bit of bad luck in this particular turn. Good hit. Could have done much better there. Oh yeah, definitely could have done much better. Oh, this is painful now. Very painful. Gotta press the attack though. Yeah, damn. We lost it. We killed the fighters, but we lost way more. That's just really unfortunate. Damn, okay. Terrible luck so far. Come on, man. To be fair, both of us have had really bad luck in this fight. This has been terrible. Okay, we won. Fair enough, but this is the least important battle in this whole round. It's a shame. It's a shame because I recorded, I think, as far as my Britain turn, I think, on one of my attempts to film this strategy. And it went a lot better than this one. So now we get like the worst possible, well, not the worst possible, but a very bad, you know, go as Britain here. That's really unfortunate. Oh my god. This is a problem, obviously. We've got two transports now very open. I'm not going to be able to escape with this one, so we might as well leave the infantry there because we can't really get away, annoyingly. Let's move you up. Let's shove you in there. Guess we can try and defend with... yeah, let's leave the destroyer there actually, we'll just move it up there instead. So this can go back in India now, which is the good thing though. Okay. Not even sure what to do with this maneuver. So we can try and sneak it out of the way here and just hope he doesn't see it. Also here, I guess we could probably, we're not going to get any transports to pick them up, so we might as well just reinforce the reinforce Alaska. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so Britain's definitely safer, but I'm still not convinced that's enough because they've got a lot of things to throw around here. We're going to have to capitalise with this on this with the Russians now. We have to push forward and try and pressure Germany if they're going to go for a you know, assault on Britain itself. Interesting strat though. I didn't actually think about how viable it might be. It might be worth exploring because they've got a lot of firepower against Britain very quickly. Yeah, I'm keen to see how this one turns out. But, alright, we'll call this one hit, and I'll see you for the American turn. Okay, jumping back in. So, damn. These guys are alive, but we lost our fleet down here, which is kind of crappy. Yeah, that's a shame. That's really rough, actually, because if we go down here again... Oh, fuck. I think, actually, honestly, we've already lost this, to be fair. I think it's already gone pear-shaped, because... if I attack this now, which in itself is going to be possibly even, it might even be impossible really, no, it's not impossible, but there's two fighters there with a cruiser and an aircraft carrier, so we've only got really a battleship, a destroyer and this fighter. Yeah, it's not ideal by any means. And then he can always just retake after this. So yeah, that's not good. Not good. I think maybe we just build up and pull back. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really too sure. Bomber 1, 2, no way. 1, 2, that's no way. That's bomber's reaching. So we have no support really. Error-wise, yeah, we can't risk that. It's just 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Damn, I guess we just pull back, I guess. I don't really know. Yeah, it's just a bad start. We'll build 2 battleships here. We'll probably get another aircraft carrier to support this fighter and this fighter. Oh, one of these. 2 of these 3. Yeah, it's going to take a long time to get mobilised, I think. In terms of destroy... 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well leave this. Yeah, in terms of actually attacking things now as well. Let's just take this to be a bit of an annoyance. I'll probably put the fighter back into India just to secure that, because this is a little bit dangerous there. Oh yeah. There we go. Move you over there. So I can put this guy. Let's do this because we're going to be obviously drawing the troops away from India, so that might work out. I'll pull this guy down here maybe. This is a non-combat. Let's move you up here then. Move you up here. Pull you guys. This is dangerous though. This is really dangerous. Shit. Can we actually combine a few things here? Can we move you guys down? Let's move everything down here just for now until we can gather off, our full strength. So we'll move you up here. Let's pick everything up here. Move your guys down. Move you up there. Move you here. To be safe, because this fleet is obviously quite threatening right now, I think I might just leave a destroyer here, put the battleships in here, and let them come round naturally. Just while we're building up more. Because next turn I can put everything back into this one and then put stuff straight in there. So we're just sort of protecting ourselves from this, getting some lucky hits on us. But yeah, having to sort of struggle a bit right now. Adjust as we go. There we go. That's good. Mobilization, 2 battleships. There we go. Okay, so not a great start to this video. This series rather. It's been pretty bad. I am keen to see what happens here though, I'll be honest. If we lose Britain straight away, I think it's probably a GG, to be fair. I don't think there's any way back from that. So we'll see what Germany come up with. It's looking pretty dangerous right now. But we'll keep pushing, hopefully we can make something happen. Anyway, thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next round.